Yeah, we're here. We're waiting to see if the audio is in sync. But until then, we have to get started with day 3 of the Flaviar Whiskies of the Galaxy Advent Calendar. Welcome to KillCo Whiskey Musings. My name is Brian. I have to remember to mute myself before I do that, because I realize this chair is very creaky and any noise is heard. I see people in chat. Let's see if all these things are working as they should. Sanctified. You know what? I have a number of different chat options here, and it's freaked me out. There we go. I need to have them here. Well, not to fill up the whole screen. But I need to have them in front of me. Toledo. Is that a word? Okay, here we go. 5 fingers. Welcome. I forget this is an actual stream time. I kind of blanked that out since yesterday was just turn on thing, hope for the best. That is what I was doing initially with this. And today is actually the day I would stream normally. So there are going to be people here. Not that there weren't yesterday. I was surprised that anyone showed up. But I'm glad they did, because that was an experience. It could happen again. That's the only thing I'm thinking right now. It will happen again. So, welcome Five Finger. Welcome Bourbon. Welcome Mike Franklin. Or Schwelcome, as I should say. Slapshot, Schwelcome. Cheech Ardolino, Schwelcome. I figured you would be getting ready to go do things. Bye, bye, bye. Exactly. Seasons of greetings, by the way. Seasons. It's funny. All right, let's get started. Because if anything from yesterday, I need to start right away, or else I'm just gonna go all over the place. It's Friday. That's right. First of all, let me know what's in your glass, and we made it through another week. Oh, Brubaker. Did I just miss you? Where did you go? Oh, you're the one who said that and I didn't see. Hello, the Brubaker. I saw someone posted something and all I saw was orange because of my name. Bleh. Welcome, sir. Let's move on to day 3 of the Whiskies of the Galaxy. And I'm sorry, my cup emptied itself. I'm not good with using programs like OBS and Stream Elements. I'm learning. But if you try to test things, like I was trying to test the whole thing dropping into ThingBit, and I did it, and then I went to open this again, and it just cleared out everything. Even though when I go back to look at the initial place setting, it's just there's stuff in it, but it's... You can understand my frustration. All right, Cheech. Have a good gig. What? Everyone loves that song. I vaguely remember the video. Alright, day 3. I hope this is... Chat is now in my way. There we go. That doesn't look right. Zenboot, I see you. Hello, sir. Welcome. You can see this. It's hard to tell. Let's see. Day 3, day 3, day 3. There's day 2. That's day 1. I guess that's day 3. That is a squiggle. That is a piece of pasta right there, but I'll assume that's day 3. Ah. Ow. It's like a weird W, or a freaking McDonald's symbol, except a weird one. Oh, hello. That's a different color entirely. It's much lighter than the other two have been. Still could be a bourbon. But the only way to find out is with the nose. I left the thing open. There we go. Oh, I didn't grab the book. Oof. Got it. All right, folks. I hope your week went well. I have some little bit of news as far as the KillCo Whiskey Musings goes. Since I didn't make a card for my recent journeys, where I was actually meeting people and needed to give some kind of business card out. I finally got around to making my own. It looks like the same one my mom made for herself / my channel. Focus, you son of a... KillCo Whiskey Musings. There's my name. Now everyone knows. A man of many talents. I'll see you out there. Email address. And on the back, you are awesome. With the little emote thing. And my YouTube channel. Although that doesn't work anymore, does it? I might have to change that back. I just realized that now. I've been putzing around with things all day, including my channel address. Oh, it's always something. I'm very irritated today. I don't know why. I've been irritated by many things constantly. I'm in irritable mood. And that's one of the reasons I just made myself irritated. It's because I've changed numerous things. You know how they say you're supposed to make your channel the same everywhere? So my Instagram is different. My Facebook is different. I technically changed the shorthand link to my channel. And then I just realized now that it's KillCo 7 on all of these that I just had made. I can change it back. But the whole point of doing all of that was to make it easier for people to remember. So we'll do that after the fact. Because I have plenty of these right now that can't be wrong. I'll change it once I get rid of all these. How's that? Oh, it's always something. Welcome to my life. Something's always happening. J.A. Rocks, hello. Welcome. Schwelcome, welcome. Don't see you in here very often. Thank you for stopping in. Ugh. Ooh, Mike Frank with the booster. I'm getting mine on Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the 7th, I think. Oh, someone messaged me on Facebook. What's going on? That doesn't usually happen. Ah, okay. Well, then actually Facebook is Instagram. So again, I will have to change my YouTube shorthand link back to KillCo 7 until I run out of these. Because I forgot that if I change it on here, on the internet, it's fine. It's easy. No problem. Easy. Quotations. But now I've printed it out on a piece of paper and I have 100 of them. It came in this weird little box. Vista Print, if anyone needs some stupid, easy to make cards. Thankfully I don't travel that much either. Oh, yes, I forgot what I said my vaccine is happening. My booster is going to be on the 7th, and I feel like that's going to be a mistake. I really do. Because I'm getting the booster on Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day, apparently. And then I have somewhere I'm going to be the next day in the morning. I'm just hoping I don't have as much of a reaction as I did to the second vaccination, because that sucked. But, what do we know? We know this is supposedly the number 3. I mean, that's a squiggle. That is a worm. Stop looking at me, camera. Look at, there we go, 3. And, if I can turn this the right way, it is 46%? 46? Yeah, sure. What could it be? The mystery. I'm ready to find out. Oh, I should also mention, it is, I forgot how it was said. National Disability Awareness Day? That sounds about right. You can thank Zenbood for pointing that out to me, because I was not. I won't go into it. I'm having one of those times where thinking and doing anything is not great. So I kind of woke up and just... I don't even know. I don't remember what I even did. It was not the best. I was not awake in any way, shape, or form. I forgot to do about 5 things. I forgot to take my medication, first of all. That's bad. Don't do that. It's just been one thing after another. Oh, I am going somewhere, Bourbon. Don't you worry. Ugh. I say that, although I might cancel. I mean, if I feel absolutely terrible, I'll say I can't. But I don't want to, because it's a dentist appointment the next day. And I haven't been to a dentist in about 2 years, and I need a cleaning. At the very minimum, I need my teeth cleaned. If I feel like shit, oh well. I have made my decision. Well, I could change the booster. I'll mull it over. I'll think about it. It was a pain in the ass to make the booster appointment. But, considering it would just be less of a than trying to cancel the freaking dentist appointment. I made this appointment months ago. So, I'll change it later. Whatever. Let's move on. Worry about my own problems some other time. This is whiskey time. Whiskey time. Now, first thing I have to do is... No, that's not what I have to do. I gotta change these. I have, for these two things here, I have image 1 and image 2. That's helpful. Oh, easy. There we go. So image 1 and image 2, which should be labeled differently, but I haven't done that yet. Here we go. Wow, this color is right about... Shush, little dog. Right in here. It's not as... It looks like an Irish whiskey to me. I haven't noticed anything, but the color feels either like a very light bourbon or an Irish whiskey. Possibly a Scotch. But again, I have zero idea of what this is at the moment. All I'm doing is looking at the color. It's clear. Oh wait, no, it's pale straw. As far as my appearance options here, the clarity is clear. Sediments, nope. Viscosity, pretty good. Pretty good. It's hard to show viscosity on the camera as always, but it's really weird because I have to try to look at what I'm broadcasting or what is being seen on the camera and what my hand is doing. But it's okay. I'd say it's a 3. Again, that's one of the things that you don't see when I'm doing a video is how often I have to screw around with that. It's insane. I did move these so they're not as in the way as everything down here. For the time being. I might move them back. I don't know. I'm trying to read chat and I moved it again. I have chat over there, but I don't want chat over there. I need chat over here so I can just do that rather than do this. See what I mean? It's a problem. Oh. Yeah, everyone reacts differently to boosters. Here's the thing, since we're talking about, the horrible things in the world for the moment. For the first one I got, the first vaccine shot I got, no problem. I was fine. No biggie. No big deal. Second one, 12 hours after I got the shot, everything hit me at once. And this was right when I was going to bed, and I had one of the worst nights trying to sleep ever. Chills, shaky, aches, all the stuff. I'm very glad I was in bed, but I felt terrible. And I was also hot. So I was both... I knew I was sweating a little bit, so I was hot. I felt cold, so I was trying to be under the covers the whole time. It was very confusing and not fun. But that's done, and I don't know what the booster is going to do, so that is really my concern about that dentist appointment the next day, because my teeth are awful. If you didn't know, they are. Okay. Oh. Any guesses as to what you guys think it is? Just at a glance. Put it right here with the glasses. Ooh. At the very least, with the stuff I was messing around with, the goal here stayed the same. Because it reset as well, and then it went back to normal, but the cup didn't. I don't know why. Bourbon, you take care of yourself first. It's very important. This is another weird smelling one. Also clean glass, just in case you're wondering. You don't owe anything to anyone, as I try to point out. Urine? Maybe. Doesn't smell like urine. Actually, it doesn't smell that bad once I get past the goddamn glass. This is very similar to yesterday. Where I know is this thing, it's Ardbeg. Right. Peter White, you got it. Nailed it. No, I have no idea what it is. It is not a peated Scotch. I don't think. It's not peated from what I can tell. In my first few nosing notes, because this thing is weird. See, now you said Scotch, and I'm trying to figure out if it is Scotch. Like, is it? I wish I... So here's the thing about my glassware being very clean smelling lately. I switched to a different kind of detergent? I don't even know what to call it. Dishwasher thing. And ever since I did, even though these have been out of the dishwasher for quite a bit, there's a lingering residue of a smell. Letting me know they're clean, but also annoying me because I can smell it on the glass. You don't like this color, Bourbon? Why not? It's just whiskey. Part of me likes this experience, and part of me is like, mother, I can't tell. You would think doing this. You would think after a couple years, 3 years, 4 years, however long I've been dealing with whiskey, I would be able to pick out exactly what it is the first time I smell it, and that is just not true. And if you go in blind with no premise other than it's a whiskey, I like to think the color gives it away, but in this case it leans towards an Irish or a Scotch. And even then I can't quite tell if that's what it is. Hell, I was convinced yesterday that it could have been a Japanese whiskey, or what else did I say? Some kind of American malt. Turns out it was a rye that didn't taste or smell like a rye. Kind of tasted like a rye, but as far as no, it didn't taste like a typical rye. And it definitely did not smell like a typical rye. Bourbon, hydration is key. You know that. No, Brewbaker Maker, never. I have to have... If I do a flight, that's at least 4 or 5 glasses. And I did this thing when I was younger where I worked as a dishwasher at a Chili's restaurant. I never want to wash a dish again if I don't have to. I still wash little things, but if I don't have to, I won't. And I will just suffer through the stupid-ass clean glass smell till the day I die. Basically. No more washing dishes. If I can avoid it, I won't. I refuse. I'm a stubborn person in that regard. Pitch hitter, do it. I mean, if Bourbon doesn't want it, I mean, again, very important thing about doing streaming in general, you don't have to stream for anybody. You don't have to do anything for anyone, right? If you feel like shit, or you're not up to your best, like I often am sometimes with my mental well-being. Oh, something just happened. I just saw something happen, but I don't know what. Oh, that can't be right. Did something just pop up there? I know it did. But I don't know why. What did you just do? Oh. Thank you. I have to check something. My brain doesn't want to work right now. I saw that and I'm confused. Momentarily. My brain. Oh wait, that's the wrong browser. God damn it. I'll look into it later, but it looks like a patron just happened. I haven't tested that yet. So if you saw something just happen here, that's probably what that was. But I'm not sure how that happened. Whoa. Brewbaker Maker, that sounds awful. The only plus side about working at a Chili's is you get to eat their hamburgers, and they're not bad. They're okay. How the heck? I'm checking things. Don't mind me. I'm also letting this glass open up a little. Believe it or not, I'm doing 2 things at once, as I am prone to doing, because I just don't function. Where'd that come from? It's Casey at the bat. That's what that is. Where that comes from, I don't know. I really don't. How? I thought something was weird there. How did you do that? It's an option. But what the heck? Like, wait a minute. Wait a damn minute. I didn't know you could do that. Eating steak probably was okay. Ben Demon Hunter, hello. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you, Ben Demon Hunter. Thank you for popping in. Always a pleasure, sir. I'm leaning towards Scotch at the moment. Now, I'm wondering if Flaviar would do that, where it's bourbon, rye, Scotch. My assumption is I might be able to tell from the taste if things go well. This is nice. I like it. I'm trying to tell you what the notes are. Cripes. It is a little sweet. I want to say buttery. That always feels like a weird thing to say when I don't smell butter particularly. It's vanilla forward, which is either making me think of a bourbon or some kind of Irish whiskey. It's a bit floral. I'm just going over the usual things in my head. It's one of the problems is I've gone and done the process so many times where it goes nosing and then I have to think about what I'm going to go through. So it's hardy flowers. Did you know? How dare you? I mean, thank you. Oh, it's good stuff. Possibly, Brubaker. I'm torn. It's the usual stuff. You know, I'm being bamboozled immediately. The color isn't what I would call bourbon. It's closer to an Irish or a Scotch. The nose doesn't smell like it doesn't have that weird malt funk that I get from Scotches sometimes. However, I have had Scotches where I think they're kind of pretty and fruity and floral. So this one feels like it's either an Irish or a Scotch. But for the moment, I'm leaning towards an Irish. I won't know until I taste it, and even then, no guarantees. Now let's go through the process. I've already taken 24 minutes when I was supposed to take about less. I'm supposed to take less time doing these. I have a feeling every single one of these is going to be an hour long, unintentionally. Although, keep in mind, yesterday I had some glitchiness for some reason. So let's go over the nose. There we go. Oh no! Stupid overlay holiday thing. Hold on. Let me fix that. You can come down here. Bam. There we go. Don't ask me how I did that. So, there we go. Nose, intensity. Delicate. Definitely delicate. It is not overpowering. Getting past that clean glass smell was difficult because this is so mellow. The age on this, oh God, I don't know. I will say, I have to say moderate. If I'm thinking this is an Irish or a Scotch, it's got to have some time into it. As I said on a previous video or stream or something, when I think of bourbons, they're pretty youthful overall compared to the wide range of whiskey. They can take either 4 to 6, even 2, I think sometimes, years to be considered done and bottled up. Different climates, different time frames, all that fun stuff. The barrel. Oh God, come on. I'll say used oak, but if it's... You know what? I've forgotten what Irish is. I've forgotten what Irish is as far as their rules. I know they can do wood. Doesn't have to be oak. And I assume they char the barrel. Or do they just use new or reused bourbon barrels? I know Scotch does. This is my brain. It just doesn't work. Ever. The grain. Oh man, come on. These questions have become distinctly more difficult. Before it was just, oh yeah, it's a bourbon. Oh yeah, it's an Irish. If this is an Irish, which I still am leaning towards, it's probably mostly a malted something or other. It's got to be. Most of them are. I think. Someday I'll remember all the things I need to know for whiskey stuff. Right now, no. That goes for a Scotch, too. Those both lean towards malts more than anything. Or barley, I guess. I know what I mean when I say malt, but I always want the word barley because the rest of them are, of course, rye, corn, wheat, and then there's just malt, which means barley. But if you did, you know, one of those. Noisy. All right, spices. Not really. I'm like, spice? No. I'm not getting any spice of this at all. It's sweet. That's all I can tell you. It's got vanilla in it. It doesn't have the other ones that I'm used to getting on the nose for stuff that's specifically bourbons, which is making me lean towards either Scotch or Irish. It's enticing, however. Part of that is probably just because I have no idea what it is. I should sit up straight. I have a real bad habit of slouching. Ugh, all the time. There we go. I also have to move over here because of all this stuff. Smells nice. I'll give you that. Maybe cereal. Maybe honey. Not your distinct, guaranteed bourbon notes. There's something else about bourbons, especially the color. My brain is saying it's probably an Irish. Honeysuckle as far as floral. I haven't smelled flowers enough, but that one seems to feel right to me, so we'll go with it. Wine? No, I don't think so. But guess who doesn't have a lot of experience with wines? I've drank wine, but I didn't ever think about them like I think about whiskeys. And I could not pick out any kind of... Well, no, I couldn't. The only one that I have in mind at the moment is because of the Glendala Mizunara finish. Glendala? Yes, I think that's right. But that's the only one that comes to mind that's specifically... It changes things. Like an Irish whiskey with a Mizunara finish. Different animal. You would not know it's an Irish. Scarish? Fruit. Oh my god, why is everyone dragging stuff down? Oh, hello. Something just happened. Bah, you know, cup floweth over tipped. Hate to see the empty jar. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Did it make a noise? Because I can't hear anything. Top dog. Hello. Welcome. There's no such thing as late. You arrive precisely when you mean to. Oh. Oh my gosh. Shut up, stomach. I know I haven't eaten in a while. Leave me alone. You know what I've eaten today? Chicken wings. An appetizer. They were good. They were like honey. No, they weren't. They were rosemary and onion wings, and they were delicious. But that's all I've eaten today, which is not good. There was a noise. Good. I still have to figure out exactly why. I have an idea, but I also don't know why it does that instead of what I want it to. So, the joys of working with a new streaming option. And if you're wondering, the reason I'm streaming with this thing that I am, it's free. And StreamYard is not. That's it. I will be using StreamYard again in the future just for mystery guests and that kind of thing. If I ever have a guest on, that's the easiest thing to use. I can do it with this, probably. But I'm not going to worry about that just yet. It seems like there's a bit of lemon. There's a bit of lemon. I really have to use more confidence in what I'm feeling and experiencing. I often add a lot of words that aren't necessary. I think it's a, or it could be. Oh God, I hate it. I hate it so much. I'm being really hard on myself today. I don't know why. I'm being really hard on myself today. Period. End of sentence. Ooh. Ooh. Top dog. That sounds intriguing. All right. Lemon. A little bit of lemon citrus as far as fruit. Sulfur. Absolutely not. Peat. Nope. Earth. No. This is a very simple whiskey. Whatever it is. This is another reason it's making me lean towards Irish instead of Scotch, because Irish can be very approachable. And I'm also thinking it's Flaviar, so they're trying to get people to buy more of their whiskey, so they're usually starting off with some simpler ones rather than the complicated ones like Scotches, especially peated Scotch. I don't expect one peated Scotch in this, but I'll know, I hope, when I run into one. Bourbon, I'm using OBS, and it is linked up with something called Steam Elements. So the one I was using before, there's Steam Elements and Steam Lab, and Steam Lab was being kind of shitty. It's kind of taking things from other people and oftentimes trying to say it's theirs, and I thought that was kind of shitty. So I switched over to Steam Elements, but Steam Elements isn't as easy to figure out. That's the nicest way to put it. I figured most of it out, but it's just not. It takes a lot of effort and focus and time, which I am not great at. Oh, hi, Mom. Thanks. I haven't worn it in 2 years, and I think it was a bit dusty, so I was sneezing a bunch earlier. Okay, we'll move on. I've been nosing this for too long, and I just want to drink it at this point so I can try to validate what's going on here. So let's just move the nose out of the way. I can sit where I feel like I should be sitting, which is kind of in the center. All right. Nosing technique. Whoa. Oh, please don't do anything weird. Everything went shuddery for a moment. Uh-oh. Oh my God, why? Why couldn't you have just been a simple thing? Oh, this side. That didn't help me. The initial sip didn't help me clarify anything. It made me think it was a Scotch. Or a bourbon. But just from this first sip, I'm leaning towards the Scotch because there was something about it on the palate on that first sip that was spicy, but I'm still not really convinced it's a bourbon because god damn it, Flaviar, if you go bourbon, rye, bourbon, screw you. Okay. Sip number 2 is the important one. Hold it on the tongue. Please do something to help me with this one. Please. YouTube, why? Why must you do this to me? Let me know if anything's going out of sync, because YouTube is having a mental breakdown. And this time, I have my status up, and nothing's changed there. Everything looks okay. I'm not recording. Alright. I'll keep an eye on chat. I always remember, I forget there's a delay as well. And, do I have something unnecessary open? No. Good. I'm kerflummoxed. Zenbu, thank you. Okay. Did I mention using new software is a little weird and I kind of hate it sometimes? My stream status is poor, suddenly. How dare you, YouTube? How dare you? Alright, so there's not a lot to the palate other than this very spicy note that sticks, which you can't tell on the nose. Make sure nothing weird is happening here. Okay. Oh. I'm just going to keep drinking this because I'm perplexed. Okay. Because of how spicy it tastes, I honestly can't tell if it's some kind of Scotch or some kind of bourbon. The way it's making my tongue feel makes me think it's a bourbon, but I've never smelled a bourbon like this where it's just so passive. And if this is another rye, god damn it. Oh. Well, I don't need to get these right. Let's keep that in mind. The whole point is just to play with it a little bit and have fun with it. Riza? I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm drinking. Not a clue at the moment. So far, I've gone from thinking it's an Irish and a Scotch to thinking it's an Irish to thinking it might be a Scotch to being uncertain if it's even either one. And it might just be some kind of spicy bourbon. Or it might be a rye. Or it might be Japanese. That would explain it. Like if I can't tell which it is at all, since I'm going through the major ones, I'm going through bourbon, Irish, and Scotch. And this could be some kind of Japanese whiskey, but again, that doesn't feel right either. Right now I'm leaning towards Scotch because of how spicy it is, but this is also the kind of spice I get off some bourbons. What the hell? Okay. Hey, moving on. Let's just move on. I don't have to be right. Stop doing that to yourself, Brian. You just need to experience it. And you're just guessing. It's a guessing game. And you have a 1 out of who knows what. Riza a little bit. That's what's really throwing me off. I feel like it's an Irish and a Scotch, but the palate says it's something else. It's either some kind of really spicy Scotch. Here's something I don't like to admit. My initial reaction to it might be a very, 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 very slightly peated thing. Except the nose does not corroborate that at all. Is the big word, corroborate. But the way it seemed on my first sip Was like, is this a peat? Because peat sometimes does that. It gets a little prickly and weird. But there's nothing on the nose at all. Zero. So I'm just going to be confused. All right, since we're at the 40-minute mark, I'm going to move on to the book. The Book of Knowing. And we are going to find out what the hell this is. And most importantly, I don't have to be right. I just have to drink the damn thing. That's all I'm supposed to do. Opening, you know what I need? I need a bookmark. That's what I need. I don't have one in front of me that would work. Oh, wait, yes I do. Yes, I do. My cards came with this one random piece of thing. Just there's no point to it. Other than, I'm sure there's some point to it, but I don't know what it is. Either way, this will work. This way I don't have to start leafing through it, guessing where page 3 is, or 4 is in this case. Because there are a couple at the start. Day 2, going to day 3. Whoa. Well, I can tell you I've never had this before. Ha! Oh, no wonder. Ah, right. That does explain a lot. And also it explains something else. You're going to love this. Oh, man, no wonder I was so confused. Oh, my gosh. This is something I have never had ever. I didn't even know this was a thing. Good God, it's a whole different animal. That's wonky. Let's scan this thing in so I can show you a little easier. Work. Function. There we go. Oh, man. You have no idea. Put a little bookmark in there so I can come back to that later without having to look for it. Oh, you're going to love this. Drum roll, please. Good God. All right, let me see if I can show you this all at once. Tell me everything I need to know. Oh, that doesn't look right. So, ooh, it's expensive too. This, now the focusing act begins, called Milk and Honey, Elements Peated Single Malt Whiskey. Here's the thing that caught my attention. Ugh. Words. Israeli single malt. Israeli single malt. How am I supposed to work with that? I didn't even know that was a thing. It did say the galaxy. It threw it at me. I had no idea. I've never seen an Israeli whiskey before. Never. I've even heard of an Israeli whiskey until now. I'll show you the flavor spiral. Oh, there are a couple I got. See if we can do the thing. I need a bigger camera or a bigger phone. There we go. Green, ginger, warm, fruit, smoky, lemon zest. I said lemon zest. I don't get any brine. I don't get any peat. Vanilla. There are a few things I said in there. So there we go. That was out of nowhere. Also, happy Hanukkah. Good grief. Ugh. Oh, my arms and my legs hurt. Okay, just my legs. Oh, I missed a comment. Right? I mean, peat. The only thing I'm happy about is that I said there's a slight peat note to it, like that prickly, tingly feeling I was getting seemed like a peat. Yeah, nice curveball flavor. What the hell? Day 1, bourbon, nailed it. Day 2, weird ass rye. What the hell? Day 3, Israeli malted peat whiskey thing. Fun. Oh, I'm so pleased that it was not anything. Like, it was a category I was not even aware of. So, yay. But peated? No, I can't tell. Good grief. The star updated. L'chaim. Thank you. I don't know if I said that right. I always just say it with a little bit of ha. Scott Pigsy, hello, welcome. I'm looking over here again because every time I touch something, the thing I have open right here disappears. Oh, no, I got a song stuck in my head. We started talking about stuff. I said Happy Hanukkah and L'chaim, and now I got, what the hell are they called? There's a band I watch every year at this time, and I can't remember their name because my memory is shit. Their name is... Anyway, they do a lot of cover songs, except they throw in like Hanukkah, and it's great. It's amazing. It's the something, I think. Oh my God, why? Anyway, stop thinking about it. Maybe it'll come to me. What I should try to do for this, I keep forgetting, but if I actually am doing my usual stream time, is I should put up a poll and just let all of you also guess along with me. Like if it's a Scotch, Irish, Bourbon, whatever. This one, nobody was going to know. Even if I put up a bunch of normal options, it's like, guess what? You have no clue. Enjoy. It's good. It's very good, actually, but it's there. There's this really, really faint touch of peat. But if you didn't know what it was, it might stick out more, but for me, it's just this really spicy, peppery kind of feeling. And it's enjoyable. Now that I think about it, well, at least I'm glad I noticed it was some kind of peated thing. You know, it felt ridiculous. It felt absolutely absurd saying it's got a peat note to it when I smell no peat. None. There's no peated smell in this, but on the taste, on the palate, there was something about it that was making me think. Yeah, other. All right, let's see what else there is we can learn about this, because I had no clue. Zero. I've never seen anyone on WhiskyTube talk about an Israeli single malt. Is it a single malt? Or is it just a malt? Peated single malt whiskey. It's a single malt. My guess on malt was at least kind of okay, sort of. Here we go. The third single malt in the Element series from M&H brings a balanced smoky dram to the front page. Milk and Honey Distilleries, M&H, is the creator of serial tech entrepreneur Gal Kakestein, and his team, Amit Dror, Simon Fried, and Roy and Nama Licht. I don't know how to pronounce these names. Roee and Naama Licht. Together, they opened the first distillery in Israel. Well, that might explain why I've never heard of it. They opened the first one. Son of a basket. Together, they drew up the plans in 2012 and started production in 2014. Their first production hit the shelves, I made it move, in 2016, and in May of 2017, they announced their first single malt produced in Israel, the M&H Classic. Today, their range includes new make, 2 gins, Roots Herbal Liqueur, and a range of single malt editions. Well, hot damn. Milk and Honey introduced the Element series in 2020. Each one is an exploration of applying classic wood aging techniques with an Israeli flair. Milk and Honey Elements Sherry Cask is their signature classic single malt, with approximately 40% of the spirit aged in specially prepared casks. For Milk and Honey Elements peated single malt whiskey, the extra elements of aging is refill whiskey cask that held peated single malt from Islay. No wonder it's so light. They didn't peat anything. They took a peated Islay barrel and put it in there for how long? It doesn't say. So the spirit has a balanced, softer smoke and bright influence, which a lot of folk are going to like. It's very nice, but it's also almost non-existent. And it's bottled at a perfect 46% ABV, so smiles all around on this one. Yes, I smiled immediately as I found out it was not anything I knew anything about. That was nice. Cripes. Ouch. Sugar Kitty, hello, welcome. Ow. Yes, did the bunny dance again? I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at the readings here. I see 2, so I don't think I missed anything. The Star of David, I saw that one. I said that. All right. Details. Category, world whiskey. Country, Israel. Distillery, milk and honey, or M&H is their shorthand, I suppose. M&H is their shorthand. Single malt whiskey, or style single malt whiskey. Alcohol, 46%. Tasting notes. Appearance, color, warm amber. No. Per my eyeballs, anyway. It looks very light. The aroma has a grain and fruit note on the core of the core single malt, but there's a warm smoke and sea influence as well, along with the lemon zest, lemon zest notes that tickle a bit. Yeah, I love seeing that. I love it when I say one thing and get it right. That's all I need, just one thing. I barely get any fruit notes on this, and there's definitely... I don't get smoke. I mean, I'm sure part of it is just I've been exposed to very, very smoky peated stuff before, so it's just almost non-existent. Like, I'm too used to having to be very abrupt. Like, if someone who's not used to peat could smell this, they'd say, "What the hell is that smell?" And I'd go, "What do you mean?" So did I. Rise. I thought it was going to be, if I'm saying that right, R-H-I-Z-E. I'll say rise. 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 Lost my train of thought. I was convinced it was going to be a Scotch or Irish. Those were my both. And as soon as I took a sip, immediately thought it was going to be an Irish. It really, really threw me for a loop. And I'm so happy. I was so, I was so kerflummoxed because I was like, I don't know what the hell this is. I have no idea. Blech. Flavor, taste, palate. Palate. There we go. I got to stop saying all 3 words. The palate opens with a full mouthfeel and just hint of peat and brine, followed by notes of vanilla, flan, ginger snap, and more lemon zest. I just got that little spiky, peppery note. The finish is relatively long and coating notes of smoke and lemon bars. Lemon bars, yum. There you go. Nailed it. I mean, not really, but good grief. Ginger, grain, warm. That's one I haven't used as a tasting note before. Fruit, smoky, lemon zest, peaty, brine, vanilla. I said a few of those, so I win. Game over. I win. It's nice. It's very, very faint peat, and not even on the nose. I can't smell it on the nose. It's nice. It's a really nice change of pace. It's very enjoyable. As someone who likes Irish and peated Scotch, it's like they kind of are hanging out in the middle of them somewhere. Because it's not a Scotch, it's not an Irish, and it just sits in the middle between them almost. Sort of like Japanese whiskey. Hello. What's happening here? Galactic Grammar. Looking forward to day 4. So am I. That was a real curveball. That was Flaviar being like, all right, Galaxies of Whiskey. Whoosh, here you go. Something you didn't even know existed. Enjoy. Cripes. Well, I did it. We did it. It's done. Yeah. We still have a few minutes left to hang out and just relax my brain because that was a roller coaster of being very confused. It looks like Trev, the Bourbon Wrench, is going live soon, as in within the next few minutes. So head over there, say hello, tell him KillCo sent you. He won't care, but tell him I sent you. I'm sure most of you are going there anyway. And I assume ADHD Whiskey is going live next. I mean, again, I don't follow everyone anymore, and they're not going to miss me. Again, if anyone has more than 1,000 subscribers, I just kind of back off because it's too much stuff. Too many people in chat. I can't deal. It just stresses me out, so I take a step back. Oh, he's opening blind boxes. That'll be fun. He's got the little Christmassy thing. He's got an advent calendar of his own. Oh, look at that. I don't know which one it is, but it's nice that he's doing the same thing I am. But as far as getting to experience something brand new and I've never had before and I didn't even know existed, this is lovely. I'd like this. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this. Probably a little faster than I should because it's really easy to drink. Really easy to drink. Delish. Yeah, Trev goes a little long, doesn't he? He goes from 8 to 10-ish, usually. I don't know if anyone's in between. Again, I don't keep track of everyone. I can't. I told myself ages ago, don't bother. You can't do it. You need to just focus on what you're doing. Let everything else just happen on its own. I try to pop into different streams from time to time, but if I try to do everything, it's just not good for me at all. Bourbon, if you think you don't want, don't. Like, don't. If you don't think you're up for it, don't do it. I'm not going to tell you what to do at all, but I've had plenty of moments in my life where it's like, I can't deal with this right now, so I don't. Especially if you don't feel good. Like, if you don't feel physically well, just, you're not going to have fun with it. The ABV is 46. Let me double check that. Yeah, 46. Booyah. Done. So there we have it, folks. Day 3. God, it feels like I've done so many more of these already. Tune in tomorrow and every day after until the 24th for me doing something like this. Tentatively, very tentatively, at 7 p.m. Why? Because I like the number 7, and I'm not doing it at 7 a.m. because that's insane. So, tentatively 7 p.m., but I'm not going to guarantee anything. Like, I'm just trying to do this for the first few days, and it's very likely that it'll just go off the rails soon at the end. Not even at the end. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Oh, and I'll say this to all of you now. I will repeat myself, believe me, especially if I'm doing a video stream every day. Next Friday, I will not be doing a stream at this time. I might stream earlier for that day, but I will be going to an event in Massachusetts, and it literally starts, I think it's at 6 or 7. I think 6. So I would not be able to do it at that time. There will be something that day. I don't know when. All right? You've been warned. So next Friday, no stream at the usual time. There will be a stream, I want to say before I leave, but possibly late after. I mean, I don't want to step on anyone else's toes, but guess what? I'm gonna. This month, I will step on everyone's toes. I'm sorry, and I'm not sorry at the same time. Ugh. I don't have a countdowner thing. But that was fun. I enjoyed that. I'm looking forward to doing all of these, especially if they're going to throw me for a loop like that. While that was frustrating, it also was nice to get a few of those little things that I thought I was getting, even though I had absolutely no idea what this was. It really threw me off saying, Irish, Scotch, I don't know. Guess what? None. None of anything you're aware of. Enjoy. Well, I hope you enjoy your whiskeys tonight. I hope you have a good weekend. Again, I will be here tomorrow, tentatively at 7 o'clock. I will just go live. Keep that in mind. For this whole month, I will go live at some time during the day or the evening without telling anyone when it's going to happen. The only sort of guarantees are Fridays at 7, Sundays at 7, Wednesdays at 7 or 8. Probably 8, because I usually try to go an hour before someone else streams, and I know Mash and Drum streams at 9. So unless Adriana is doing her beginning of the month one, if no one else is going live that I'm aware of at the moment, it'll be 8. But again, this whole month is gonna be bonkers. So just be prepared to suddenly say KillCo's live at 4 p.m., noon, any point in time. Sugar Kitty, that's the idea. I tried to do that yesterday, but the OBS/YouTube had other plans. With that said, as always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And I will see you tomorrow, but also I will see you out there. Boop.